Okay. Now we are recording the meeting, so thank you all for being a part of today's training to how to be an Energizer Station host. As we were recapping the preparation, share this event within your network, promote it. I'll make sure it aligns with your mission. Bring in volunteers to be a part of Bike to Wherever Days. That is a great way to give them a new opportunity to interact with the organization over something that they may be personally interested in, but may not be what your organization is devoted to every single day. So load up in advance, make sure you're all ready. You have your bags laid out, your Energizer Station kit has been picked up. Little recap on that. On the next slide. So the pickup date was this last Monday. If you have not picked up your kit yet, please reach out to us right now, and let us know when you will be able to pick up your kit or if you need to make alternative arrangements. In your kit, there will be a lot of wonderful materials. The most important or notable one is our Bay Area Bike to Work Day, Bike to Wherever Days bag. So this is a key item. This is what we are asking people to show their pledges for. So once they show their pledge, they get this bag, as well as additional SVBC promotional items. We have information for our bike education classes. We have in Santa Clara County maps for regional bikeways. In San Mateo County, we have some bells donated by one of our key sponsors. Also in our Energizer Station kits, there will be a t-shirt for all the volunteers. There will be one in each sizing just to make it easy for your team to set that out. There will also, very important is your Energizer Station sign. This is how you motivate people to come by your station and get interested in it. And in any photos, we highly encourage you to make sure that this sign is visible so we know what the date of the event was, what year the event was in, and also it has all our wonderful sponsors and the QR code to pledge and be a part of the Bay Area Bike to Wherever It Is movement. So in another important document in your Energizer Station bags is the tally sheet. That is how you will be keeping track of all the riders that pass by or that you see. There is we'll go over the tally sheet in more detail on how to fill that out. And yeah, like I mentioned, Santa Clara County bat kits will have the bikeways maps, and the San Mateo County kits will have bike bells in them. So what to bring? So as you're setting up, as you're planning what to take to the Energizer Station, the most important thing is to be excited about this. If you're excited about seeing all the cyclists, that energy will feed back and it will be a big part of their ride, and they'll carry it on through and have a wonderful ride because they saw you and the joy that your team had in getting them to pledge and getting them their bag and getting them their food. So we encourage that you invite friends, volunteers, all your network to come by and check out the table on bike or by foot. At the station, we highly recommend that you have a table, some tape, and some paperweights. Since we are doing these a lot in the morning or in the afternoon as the sun's coming up or going down, it'll get breezy, so we want to stay ahead of that if you have any printed materials from your organization at the table. You are encouraged, but it is not necessary that you have a canopy, a tablecloth, decorations such as any swag or giveaways that you want to highlight. A bike pump and some bike tools are optional to have there if you are comfortable offering that service. It is not expected at every station, but if you have someone that has some experience with that or would like to take or a volunteer that would like to take that on, you're welcome to have a bike pump and some bike tools at the station. Please keep in mind, Even if you're hosting really early, the sun can still get you. So make sure you have a hat, sunscreen, and water for yourself and for your team. And also snacks, drinks to share with everyone stopping by your station. I know bananas are a very classic snack for cyclists. So fruits and veggies are encouraged, as well as any breakfast pastries, afternoon snacks. If you're having a happy hour type Energizer Station, you're welcome to share food and drink at them. For setup, we encourage that you arrive 30 minutes early to your site. This allows you and your team time to set up. And cyclists are early birds. A lot of them may be stopping by a little bit earlier than your setup time was. So this gives your team enough time to make sure everything's all set. Be in a highly visible location. I know some of us already know where we will anticipate most of the traffic, but please, take a quick walk around the site that you're at and make sure that you are visible from the road so cyclists commuting by can stop by. Check in if you are not at a regular site for your team. Just check in where the nearest restroom is in case anyone has any questions about that. Cyclists stopping by may be checking in on that, but also if your team is there for a long time, it's good to be prepared on that. And also, very importantly, to put up the Energizer Station sign with the pledge to ride your bike in May for Bike Month Up. This sign is very important and helps people locate your station. It helps people know that you are a part of Bay Area Bike to Wherever Day's best day of the year. And make sure you're ready for people to pledge online with this QR code on the flyer or on the big poster for the best day of the year. All right, so operating the Energizer Station. Be excited, smile, and wave. Attract people into your station. That is how you also share the message of your organization as well as the message of Bike Month. So everyone that that pledges is able to get a Bay Area Bike to Wherever Days bag. So those are these nice, lovely bags. So one pledge, one bag. As riders are welcome to pledge from now till the end of May. So if you're hosting a weekend station and someone says, oh, I haven't pledged to ride yet, I thought that was only for bike to work day, tell them, nope, we have the QR code right here. You can go right on our poster. You can sign up and pledge to ride any day of May and can make sure that you are tallied and can get your bag. So the pledges are a key metric for the program. We use the pledges a lot to see how many to predict how many riders we saw that day, but also to keep them in the loop of any upcoming bike events. So it is very, very important that you ask that people pledge before you give them the bag. So you can just start opening, hey, happy bike to wherever it is. Thanks for stopping by. Have you pledged yet? If not, it's easy and it means a lot. It helps the organization a lot in securing funding for this program for future years. So scan the QR code on the sign or on Eventbrite. You're welcome to check out our Eventbrite page and print out a nice bigger QR code if you want to have a big poster of it up at your table. And remind people that once they pledge, they are being a part of the larger bike movement. In addition to getting their lovely tote, they are part of the constituency advocating for safer cycling and emphasizing that people power is key. If we show how many people show up for this one day a year, we can make a case for more biking infrastructure, more cycling services. If you have someone that is hesitant to pledging, we have a lot of people that are concerned about their privacy or they may not have a cell phone on hand, and we are not expecting our volunteers to give someone their personal device to pledge. But if for some reason you have an interaction where someone is quite confrontational and doesn't want to pledge, you're welcome to just give them the bag. We don't need to start a big ruckus about it. Just make sure to still count the rider in your tally sheet. We're going to walk through the pledge process right now. So this is what it looks like on Eventbrite on a printed ticket. So someone may show up and say like, oh yeah, I pledged already. Here's what my ticket looks like. This is what you are just checking, just visually. You don't have to log into Eventbrite and check them in or do anything like that. You are just checking that they have this document ready. So this is what the ticket looks like on a smartphone if someone added it to their Apple Wallet or they have the Eventbrite app up. This is what we're looking for, a QR code that says pledge to ride bike to wherever days, ticket, seat, pledge, Bay Area, bike to work wherever days for the Silicon Valley Bicycle Coalition. So if someone is like, oh, I didn't know I had a pledge. Can you help me pledge? First, they can scan the QR code on our wonderful poster, or they can do a quick Google search for pledge to ride bike to wherever it is 2026 on Eventbrite. Our pledge will come up. I do want to note other bicycle coalitions may also have their pledges up, so just keep an eye out that it is the one for Silicon Valley Bicycle Coalition. It's okay if they have one from Alameda County or San Francisco County. We just are encouraging the people to pledge on the Silicon Valley Bicycle Coalition link. So once you pledge, you just select one person, one pledge, nice and easy, no cost associated to the pledge. And then they add their contact information as much as they are comfortable with, email being the most important part, because like I said, once they pledge, they become a part of the larger Bay Area bike constituency, and we may be reaching out to them in the future to keep them informed of Bike Month events that are coming up this year or next year once Bay Area Bike to Wherever Days comes back again. So these are the details that a pledger needs to volunteer. So the first name, last name, email address, mailing city, mailing zip code. They do not need to give their home address. If they would rather give, their work city as their mailing city or mailing zip code, that's okay. And then they'll get a confirmation page that looks just like this. So thank you for pledging, organizing your encourage your friends to pledge so they can also get a bag and be a part of this greater bike movement. So you got your tickets, looks all set. And now the operations. So as you're recording the riders that stop by on the tally sheet provided, is the tally sheet. We will go over it in more detail, but it also has a handy little checklist on the back of it if the person hosting your Energizer station was not able to attend today. So for the morning stations, this is very, very important. Any results on your tally sheet, please send those results in before noon. For the morning Energizer stations on Thursday next week, send those results in before noon. Those results will be a part of a press release sent out later that day. So we want to make sure all morning Energizer stations are counted and included in that press release to show how powerful the biking movement is in the Bay Area. So if you are hosting an evening Energizer station or an Energizer station on Friday, Saturday, send those at the end of your shift to btwd@bikesiliconvalley.org. But again, for the morning stations next Thursday, send those results in before noon. It is incredibly important we get those results in as soon as possible. If your station ends at 10, send those results in at 10:20. You don't need to wait till noon. You can send them in at 10:20. And take a lot of pictures. Those are great photo opportunities for your organization and for ours. So if you take any pictures, please make sure to tag us at Bike Silicon Valley and Bike to Workday _Bay Area. You can have wonderful shots just like this one from our volunteers. So this is the tally sheet, the very, very, very important tally sheet. This is how we track how many people participated in Bike to Wherever Days and what way they participated in. So for the first tally, it is going to be just the number of riders stopping by your Energizer station. So this is how many people you actually talk with, how many people you hand out a banana to, or you check their pledge, how many riders are stopping by. Then, if you are in a high traffic area, or maybe close to other Energizer stations, so not everyone is stopping by at yours, how many riders just pass by without stopping? How many riders you see out on the street riding by? Keep in mind, this number includes both bikes and scooters. So if you see a scooter out there, make sure to keep a tally of that as well. And then any names of elected officials that stop by your Energizer station. This is a very big public event for bike to wherever for the whole Bay Area and the biking movement. So we have a lot of interested elected officials. If you know of an elected official that will be stopping by your station already, if you've coordinated with their office or have already are already expecting them or are an elected office hosting an Energizer station, um, please let us know ahead of time. Please let us know today, if you know today, which elected officials will be stopping by your station and when. We do have photographers be a part of this day, so we want to make sure any good media opportunities are captured. But if you don't know, if you get surprised by the mayor of your city, that is good news. That means that they are engaging in the bike movement. They care about the safety of their streets and their residents. Take a note of it. Let us know that they stopped by, and if possible, take a picture with them. So again, pictures, media, video. Video is very, very, very big right now. Very, very important for social media posts. So photos of riders smiling, getting their bags, scanning the QR code and pledging to ride. Make sure to take as many photos of that as you can and share those with us after the event. So you can tag it on social media with PTWD 2026 and share it with our organization as well. We will be following up with a link on where to share your photos with SVBC. I do want to make a note that reporters are, like I mentioned, reporters, this is a big media event. There may be reporters stopping by your station. You're welcome to talk with them about bike to wherever day, bike to work day, bike to wherever it is, and your organization as well, and how your organization is supporting the day. But tell them just that we love cycling. That's the main thing bringing us out there. We want more people to bike. We want more people to see this as something that they can do every day and be a part of growing the cycling community. So do your best with it. No pressure. We're not committing a reporter to every station, but if one stops by, feel free to talk with them and share your enthusiasm on why this is the best day of the year. And if you are feeling a little media shy but may be at a very popular station, we do have bike ambassadors. So bike ambassadors are trained volunteers or SVBC staff that may show up at your station. They are not committed to go to every station in our two counties, but they will be going to some of our larger stations or some of our newer stations in order to support new station hosts. So they are there to educate people about SVBC programs and about the biking community in the Bay Area and encourage riders to donate to SVBC or sign up for future SVBC events. I do want to make a note, they are not there to set up the station or to clean up the station. That is the responsibility of you and your volunteers and the team that will be a part of the Energizer Station as your hosts. That is not the responsibility of our bike ambassadors. They oftentimes have multiple stations to stop to, so they will be focused on sharing resources, sharing information, and really engaging with people that may have some more questions about SVBC and what our organization does and the larger opportunities within Bike Month. That is what our bike ambassadors are informed of. and that will be their priority. So for close up and clean out, if you have any extra bags, you are welcome to keep them. If you have any upcoming events where you think you may be able to redistribute them, or you're welcome to reach out to us and drop them off at our office in San Jose. Please give us a heads up if you're planning on doing that, just so we can make sure someone's here to get the bags from you on that day. You're also welcome to take them to a nearby Energizer Station if you know there's one a couple blocks over, or if you know there's one that you know had a lot of traffic, so may have run out of bags earlier. You're welcome to drop those off at nearby stations um, or at nearby bike shops. We do have a partnership with Mike's Bikes and with Sports Basement, so they may be accepting of bags that are left over. An important part of Bike to Wherever Days, we are a lot of cyclists are motivated by keeping our environment clean, clean air, clean riding. So again, in the spirit of that, make sure that you leave no trace, remove all trash, recyclables, compost, leave the space as you found it or better. And again, pictures for after the event. We will be sharing a Dropbox link that is in this slide as well. Where you can share your photos and videos of Bike to Wherever Days. So if you have any extra boxes, we encourage you to reuse them or recycle them. But yeah, if you have any leftover bags, you can bring them by our office or drop them off to a nearby Energizer station. So another big part of Bike to Wherever Days is Bike Month is the Bay Area Bike Challenge. So we are encouraging people to sign up for the Bay Area Bike Challenge. So this is a ride counting program that we are doing to log 175,000 miles in the month of May regionally across the whole Bay Area. MTC is also sponsoring this event as well as Bike to Wherever Days. So this is to really give people a little bit more creativity on their routes. You know, there's prizes for a lot of different categories. There's most creative route, longest route, most trips logged. There's also there's about 4 or 5 prizes that are just for logging rides. So if you know you may not be logging the most rides or the longest rides, you can still be entered to win some of our prize some of our cash prizes in the Bay Area Bike Challenge, even if you are not cycling every day for work. It's a great opportunity to get to be a part of the movement, and you know, you might get lucky. You might be one of the ones that wins a cash prize but only logged one ride. So some additional follow-up resources. We have the Bay Area Bike to Wherever Days regional website that has all the biking events going on regionally, as well as all the Energizer stations across not just San Mateo and Santa Clara County, but the whole Bay Area. So if you find yourself in Alameda County or Contra Costa County, you can check out what Energizer stations are close to you there. We are also celebrating our Bike Champion of the Year there for San Mateo County. That was Cherie Chan in Pacifica. And for Santa Clara County, that was Kelly Boyette in Palo Alto. We're very, very proud of our 2 Bike Champions of the Year. And we're very excited to read all the nominations that we got from the community in the Bay Area for their Bike Champions. And we're very proud to honor these 2 great cyclists. Again, like I mentioned a moment earlier, we have the Bay Area Bike Challenge that's also featured in the regional website, and more information on how to sign up is available there. We also have our SVBC local website that has another link for the Pledge to Ride. It also has a media toolkit for you to promote the event within your network ahead of time. It's a great way to build up some excitement and enthusiasm for the day, as well as a digital swag bag with all the extra goodies that people that participate in Bike to Wherever Days are eligible for. And we also have our local event calendar with some rides coming up, as well as our bike education classes. In case you see someone that's like, hey, you know, I'm just getting into this new biking thing, but I'm really curious about e-bikes. So it's the whole conversation with them. I have great classes on e-bikes, great classes on learn to ride, smart cycling, learning how to manage in urban environments, bike maintenance classes. We have a wonderful calendar there, so please check it out. And if you are hosting at Caltrain or BART, I really hope you have already been in communication with us, because if not, please email us right now at btwd@bikesiliconvalley.org for permits if you are hosting at Caltrain or a BART station. But I really hope we have been in communication with all of you already. So now I know I've been talking for a good bit now. I would like to let people unmute themselves if they have a question or drop it in the chat. I know Colin has been going through and answering a good bit of the questions, or if you have any follow-up questions, there's our email, btwd@bikesiliconvalley.org. All right, I know we did have one question about how do we encourage them to join a local team. You're welcome to talk with them about what local teams do, excuse me, and how they can be a part of it, and what engagement opportunities your local team has available for them. Do you have a poster including the instructions on how to pledge? We do, and Colin is on it, sending it to people that have requested it. I see there's a good thread of people there. Yeah, if you're more comfortable using, we had another question. Do you recommend using a tally counter for stations in heavily trafficked areas? We do, particularly for the people that stop by, that ride by your station but do not stop by. It's great to keep count of those with a little tally clicker. Include pedestrians that we interact with. You can, yeah, for pedestrians, you can include, you can log them in a separate area, like maybe the riders that stop by, like you can add a line and say like pedestrians only, and include those as well. Since sometimes we may be close to transit areas or something, and we have a lot of people walking by that did bike maybe in the first half of the commute, but aren't biking when you see them. Just make sure you talk with them, ask them to still pledge, and include them in the tally sheet. Do you recommend pre-stuffing? Yeah, if you'd like to be prepared, if you would like to pre-stuff your own flyers in the bags, if you have something from your organization, you're welcome to include that. I will make a note. We know that there are a lot of ballot measures right now, and SVBC has participated in some of them as well as MTC. But because this is an event primarily funded by MTC, we are not allowed to encourage signature gathering at our Energizer stations. So if you wanted to gather signatures as a station host, I'm so sorry, but you are not able to do that. This is to maintain a separation between political campaigning activities and government affairs, since this is a government-funded program. If you have someone that is not affiliated with your organization and is trying to signature gather at your station, please ask that they give your station some distance. There is no set number on how much distance you can ask for. You can't ask like, oh, 10 feet, 20 feet, or like that, because it is all public streets. But please ask that they do it somewhere else, do it with a little bit of distance, or that they have something that identifies them as a separate entity from your organization, from bike to wherever it is. Now, if they are biking and they want to get their bag, they are welcome to get their bag, but they cannot be, putting the signatures in the bag and making it look like they're, an Energizer Station host gathering signatures with this bag. Please ask them, please, to put the bag away while they are signature gathering, to prevent any confusion of the signature gathering being affiliated with the Energizer Station. This is for all signature gathering for ballot measures or for any campaigning politicians. I know this is an election year, so we may see more politicians out there campaigning. If a politician is out there as their mayor of the city, hat on, and is very clearly interacting with you as a mayor of the city would and should, they are welcome to be at the Energizer Station, but we are not allowed to have campaign material at the Energizer Station or promote any particular campaign during it. Do we need to return the bell or any items so we can just hold on to it? Yeah, you can hold on to the bell and any extra supplies. Like I mentioned earlier, you're welcome to give these supplies out at any other events that your organization may be hosting. I know a lot of organizations some organizations will have a very full calendar, some will have a very small calendar. If you don't think you're going to need the extras, feel free to reach out and we can coordinate when you can drop off those materials at our office. All right, I'm going to give one more chance for anyone to drop any questions.
Ask
Or,
questions?
yes, if
Oh,
anyone has any last questions.
yeah, I have a question. So we're going to have one station near an elementary school, and there might be a lot of kids that might stop by. Um, they might just say, I don't know how to pledge. So question is, do we just say, well, sorry, but we can't wait for you to pledge in the future, but we're very excited for you to be here, or give the bags?
For those situations, I if there is a parent with the child, like they are both going to school drop off together, I would maybe ask the parent to pledge so they can get a bag. Um, let's say this is after school, so the kids aren't with the parents. You're welcome to give the kid the bag without pledging. I think, yeah, given the sensitivity around minors' information, we want to give them the option to not have to pledge. So, um, if you're expecting a lot of kids, feel free to give out bags without checking for pledges. If you see the parents, maybe recommend that the parents pledge, but there's no strict requirement on children pledging.
Thank you, and thanks for doing this.
Thanks for being a part of it. Our Energizer Station hosts, this is a big, big keystone event for our organization. And I maybe have an awkward analogy to compare it to, but in the human body, about 10 or 25% of our bones are within our hands and our feet. So for Energizer Station's host, you are that 10, 20% that we hit the ground with. You are the boots on the ground, you are the hands handing out the tote bags. You are a key part of Bike to Wherever Days and a big part of the success. So thank you for being our hands and feet for this event and for being such a big part of the whole human biking experience. All right. Any other questions while we are all still here? We have opportunity, I think, to end the training a little bit early, but I don't want any question to go unanswered.
I was just going to share something where, because people are saying, should we stuff stuff into the bags? I think I'm agreeing with the comment that I saw where it's like, kind of want to limit the amount of waste. So usually if I do share something, I let people know, like, you could take a picture of this if you like, but if you really want it, you can have it. Um, and people are like, do I have, some people might ask, like, do I have to take this? They're like, no, if you don't want to, you don't need to. Again, just to kind of limit the amount of, trash that we give out or items that we give out that might be ending up in the trash. Thanks.
Yes, well, there's a lot of paper product that's associated with this event, a lot of posters that we've printed out, flyers, things like that. Yeah, if you want to put them in the bags, you're welcome to. But yeah, in the spirit of waste reduction, it may be better to have stacks at the table with paper weights to hold any paper material down. And then as people are interested they can pick up the materials that they want. So if they're interested in bike education, we have postcards for that available. If they're interested in other cycling events, we also have materials in your Energizer Station kits ready for them.
I also want to remind us we have not picked up your your Energizer Station kit. They are either at our office, or if you're in the San Mateo County, they'll be at Sports Basement in Redwood City.
Yep. So if you do not have your kit yet, you are missing out. You haven't touched the bags yet. You haven't picked out your t-shirt yet. So please reach out to us right now to coordinate your pickup for your boxes. And with that, I think that wraps up today's training. Again, if you have any other questions, please reach out to us at btwd@bikesiliconvalley.org. My name is Barbara Ledesma-Reinhardt. I'm a program manager here, and I'm very proud of the event that will be hosting all together soon on May 14th. Thank you all for joining, and ride safe.